Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, what we see the young people doing in this country is something that did not start today. We have people who are in that shoes some time back, and now Gen Zs are also here, and even Millennium. They are trying to continue with the struggle. Earlier, even during the dictatorial time of Moi, where the president was all powerful, people like Orengo stood up to speak. Akina Miguna, Mukisa Kitui, Martin Shikuku, there were many. You can talk about the Kisumu governor, Anyang' Nyong'o. They were in the struggle. But it sounds sad when we see these leaders thinking of again going back to the street to continue with the struggle, just because the young men in the struggle are being abused, brutalized, and nothing really comes out of the struggle they are pushing for. Because we have a president who is not even appreciating that things changed. Even the constitution changed. And the power was given back to the people. That he just have delegated power. That is measured. So James Orengo, a close ally of Raila Odinga and his legal advisor, who has been so much against the broad-based, has come out to threaten this regime that he is ready to go back to the jail, he is ready to go back to the street, and he has declared that he is going to criticize this government because they are getting it wrong. Number one, he has talked about the 2027 elections. It may not be free and fair. What does that one mean? Tutaangalia ni nini anakusudia. He has talked about the IBC Commission, that he doesn't believe that they are not really very well anchored in the law, so that they can do their work without interference. The other warning is about devolution. Devolution was supposed to work. ODM and the Azimio la Umoja had promised to put specific percentage, was it 45%, to anchor it in the law, so that is the fund that each and every developed unit function will be getting every count. Saizi tuko 15%, hata kupata 15% ni shida kubwa sana. So his view is that we must fight what belongs to us. 60 years of independence, but still in a tribal political arrangement for one to win election. He has mentioned about Gen Z, and we'll talk about that, but this is his message. What do you think about this? Will ODM work with William Ruto to the end, or there might be another hidden card going forward?
I am prepared to go back to jail. I'm prepared to go back on the streets. This is not a country to be proud about. This is a country where now the young people, the Gen Zs, you have to come out, and we are prepared to join you. In Kenya, our institutions are under trial. There's no single institution that is not under trial in Kenya. If you go to the Supreme Court, there are a lot of questions that are being raised about the principal judicial organ, the supreme organ in the country called Kenya. There are questions on the issue of the Constitution, and here I'm with Raila Amolo Odinga. Devolution is under threat, and until we are prepared to fight for the Constitution and not for the little things we are given, unless we are prepared to fight for what is in the Constitution for us as a matter of right, Kenya is going to lose direction. I am asking the Kenyan people that we should be like other democracies where people fight for their rights and what belongs to them. That is how we can take Kenya forward. Not by this silly politics we are being engaged in. Now, even in the political field now, 60 years, Kenya is a republic. And the only strategy we can think about winning elections at the national level is to form ethnic coalitions, tribal coalitions. Tribal coalitions, that is not going to help. Right now in Kenya, the last free and fair election that we had was in 2002. If we are not careful, even this election that is coming is not going to be free and fair. I am looking at it critically. Even with this IBC, I can see the membership that is going to come out of this process. I am sure that unless they are constitutionally anchored and allowed the space, Kenya is not going to have free and fair elections. Is not going to have free and fair elections. We are living in a country where the most popular man in the country for the last 20 years, Raila Amolo Odinga, cannot win an election because it's being stolen all the time. And we are forced to now enter into deals and transactions that do not make sense. So the struggle is.
Now, I want us to continue with our panel discussion, but I have a quick request for those who are watching this channel and you have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing. To our returning subscribers, Samase, thank you so much. And again, to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, and back to our discussion. When I listen to Siaya Governor James Orengo, people are calling him an activist. Of course, you can call him like that, because then, even throughout being a student, he has been an activist. But there is a struggle that he was focused on. The message I'm getting here is one. ODM will have a presidential candidate in the next general election. That is the message from James Orengo. Let it go clear to William Ruto. ODM will have a presidential candidate in the next general election. And how can we believe that that's what Orengo is talking about? When Orengo says that he believes that the 2027 general election may not be free and fair without protection of democratic institutions, IEBC commissioners. If Orengo and William Ruto and ODM are on one side, that statement might not come from him. But because they are thinking otherwise, to even challenge William Ruto on the ballot, that is why such statement is coming from him. Hawezi kuwa anamaliza muda akiongea mambo ya, as you mentioned IBC and the issue of free and fair. Then he goes on to say that Raila Odinga, despite being popular, he has never won any election. Then got announced. You win, they change the results. You go to court, the only time we had a fearless judge, it was in 2017, where the court stood its ground and served justice through the presidential ruling. Saizi wale wako ni uoga. Institutions have no space to breathe, to exercise freely powers in their offices. So the message I'm getting is that ODM will have a presidential candidate. It's simple. reason devolution is not working. The intention of devolution, it was supposed to work so that power has been devolved. Functions, resources are being devolved. When you devolve, even no one will be so much busy to look at what is happening up there. Everyone will be looking on how their devolved units are working. Governor anafanya kazi, MCA wanafanya kazi, ama nini inaendelea. Those are the things that people might focus more on. Lakini mambo hayaendi vile yanafaa kuenda. So ODM is ready to fill the gap. He talked about the issue of the issue of ethnic coalitions. I think he can talk about that because ODM has tried to be above that. Because if you go across the country, you will see at least the face or the color of ODM. Even ruling Jubilee UDA party with the high numbers. It's clear. Hii ni chama ya Rift Valley ambacho walinunua watu kadhaa kutoka Mount Kenya for them to have the numbers. But ODM ukienda Coast iko, Western iko, Nyanza itself, you go to Nairobi, you go to Turkana, you go to Masailand, even in Rift Valley itself, iko. So the issue of ethnic realignment, that is what Ruto is doing. Sababu ataita hii community kwa State House, juzi tumeona Wameru wakiwa kule. Siku nyingine tukaona Waluya wako kule. Ataita another tribal cocoons there. Hivyo ndio ana manage siasa za Kenya. But not really devolving the funds and other things. Anataka everything centralized so that you go to him as if you are begging to get that which you want. Orengo has communicated. We'll wait and see.